What if the very things you do every morning are silently teaching your dog that you can't be trusted? It doesn't look like abuse. It happens through seemingly loving actions, like hugs or playtime that actually feel like pressure to them. One day, you'll notice they've started flinching when you reach out or sitting just out of your reach when called. Most frighteningly, you might be making these mistakes multiple times a day without even knowing it. In today's video, we're exposing the 5 habits that are quietly destroying your bond. Don't wait until it's too late. Let's find out now. 1. The trap of forced affection and respecting personal space. Many owners start their morning by hugging their dogs, believing it's a pure expression of love. However, the sources explain that dogs did not evolve as animals that hug each other. In the canine world, placing a limb or body weight over another is often a social signal of dominance or pressure. When you wrap your arms around your dog, their brain often interprets this as pressure or constraint rather than affection. A landmark study of over 250 photographs of people hugging dogs found that the majority of dogs displayed clear stress signals like whale eye, lowered heads, or lip licking. When we ignore these signs, we teach our dogs that their communication doesn't matter, which can lead to them eventually reacting without warning. Instead, wait for your dog to invite contact by nudging your hand or leaning into you. This builds a bond based on mutual respect rather than forced proximity. If you find this perspective on canine psychology helpful for your furry friend's well-being, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us reach more owners who want to provide the best life possible for their pets. By learning to respect their personal space, you are proving to your dog that you are a listener and a protector, not just a source of unpredictable pressure. This small shift in how you handle daily cuddles can prevent the quiet erosion of trust that happens when a dog feels unheard in their own home. 2. The long-term psychological impact of punishment-based training. Even mild punishment, such as a sharp no or using a spray bottle, can deeply damage the bond of trust. The sources highlight that dogs learn primarily through association. When something unpleasant happens, they don't always connect it to their specific behavior. Instead, they often connect the discomfort to whatever or whoever is present in that moment, which is usually you. A 2019 study from the University of Porto found that dogs trained with punishment-based methods had significantly higher cortisol levels and displayed more stress-related behaviors. Crucially, these dogs showed a pessimistic cognitive bias, meaning they became generally more anxious and less trusting of the humans they lived with. It is often the small, repeated instances of frustration, the sharpness in your voice, or constant verbal corrections that do the most harm. If a dog appears to be walking on eggshells or performs commands without any visible joy, it is a sign they have learned to fear making mistakes near you. This creates a relationship based on avoidance rather than cooperation. To fix this, owners must shift from reacting to bad behavior to proactively encouraging and rewarding good behavior. By removing fear from the training process, you allow your dog to feel optimistic and safe again. A dog that feels safe is much more likely to be engaged, responsive, and genuinely connected to their owner. Breaking the habit of aversive corrections is the first step toward restoring a relationship where your dog truly wants to work with you. 3. The critical need for genuine physical and mental stimulation. A common mistake is assuming that a quick 10-minute walk around the block fulfills a dog's needs. But for most, this is barely a warm-up. Dogs are biologically built to move, and depending on their breed, they may require anywhere from 45 minutes to several hours of genuine physical effort daily. When these physical and mental needs go unmet, the result is often what owners label as behavioral problems, such as chewing, barking, or leash reactivity. In reality, these aren't problems of character, but a dog trying to survive the day on insufficient stimulation. Without movement to raise their heart rate and engage their muscles, stress hormones like cortisol remain trapped in the body's nervous system. This leaves the dog in a wound-up, restless state. Beyond physical health, Exercise is a primary bonding activity. A dog that explores, plays, and runs with you views you as the center of their world and the source of all good experiences. This shared physical experience forms the essential foundation for all training and behavioral goals. If you shortcut these rituals, you become a barrier to their needs rather than a partner in their life. Consistently providing real exercise allows the dog's nervous system to discharge stress, leading to a calmer, more focused companion. Investing this time daily isn't just about fitness. It's about honoring the ancient partnership between humans and canines by giving them the active lifestyle their bodies and minds were designed for. 4. The anxiety caused by inconsistent rules and boundaries. Dogs thrive on patterns and predictability, yet many owners inadvertently create stress by maintaining inconsistent rules. For example, a dog might be allowed on the couch during a relaxed weekend, but scolded for it during the work week. Humans understand context, like wearing a good shirt, but dogs do not have the cognitive ability to reason this way. To a dog, this unpredictability means that the same behavior produces random and confusing results. This lack of clarity is genuinely stressful for a social animal that relies on reading environmental patterns for survival. Over time, this inconsistency leads to a constant, low-level state of anxiety that affects everything from their confidence around strangers to the quality of their sleep. The sources suggest that the solution isn't about being perfect, but about alignment. Every person in the household needs to follow the same set of rules consistently and predictably. When rules are clear, a remarkable shift happens. The dog finally relaxes because the world makes sense again. They no longer have to guess what might trigger a correction or a reward. Providing these firm boundaries isn't restrictive. It's actually an act of kindness that offers the psychological safety dogs need to feel secure. A dog that experiences clarity looks to the person providing it as someone safe to follow anywhere. By being a consistent leader, you eliminate the confusion that erodes trust and replace it with a stable environment where your dog can truly flourish. 5. Decoding body language and choosing calm over excitement. We often misinterpret a dog's wild jumping as the peak of happiness, but excitement and joy are not the same in the canine brain. High-intensity excitement is often a sign of dysregulation, where the sympathetic nervous system is highly activated. In this state, a dog's thinking brain is essentially offline, making them reactive rather than responsive. Research shows that dogs with chronically high arousal have more difficulty with impulse control and learning. The most loving thing you can do is to remain calm and help them settle their nervous system. Furthermore, we must learn to recognize calming signals like yawning, lip licking, or sniffing the ground. These are not random quirks, but a rich language used to communicate stress or a desire to reduce conflict. When these signals are consistently missed, the dog may enter a state of quiet defeat, stopping all communication because they feel unheard. A 2020 study confirmed that owners who respond appropriately to these behavioral signals form much stronger social bonds and have dogs with lower cortisol levels. If this video has helped you better understand the silent language of your companion, please share it with other dog lovers. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the lucky psychology. By slowing down and noticing the subtle weight shifts or lip licks, you can transform your relationship from one your dog merely endures into a profound, mutual partnership built on genuine trust and listening.